guys, actually. Okay, I've been sharing some of my posts, but why we talk about it, and I think it obviously, I just in the last couple weeks here, um, why I am sharing this because it's one violation after another. It's drugs, it's trafficking, it's all these concerns that obviously to make America safer again. Talking about this to those who are in our area, why we encourage you guys to share your information because it prevents crime. It's not meant to bust anybody, especially innocent people that get caught up in stuff. What it really is what has been going on at the border for several years. And that's why when we post these things to Pittsburgh for Trump, it is a safer community, a safer region when people get out and start talking to each other and finding out what's going on in your neighborhood. Here, just region in this region, and this is just through passing by on the street. People were talking and telling us stories about how there was a case here in this area, and I've been posting this because obviously this is not just a minor concern of it's, and now the case is still right now pending a preliminary hearing, I believe, already. They already had the preliminary phase and they're going into the trial phase. So, what I was addressing is that obviously we grew up in an area like this, and anyone, whoever feels like they've been prostituted or hustled, we need to get out on the streets and talk to our neighbors and just look out for one another. That's really how this gets out. When word is on the street, people start talking. And when you get people talking again, and especially in the summertime, you want your neighborhood to be safer. That's the whole point of this. And anyone comes into our neighborhoods or hustling us or children or anyone, whether it be drugs, whether it be anything, a lot of people that's the how we get to talking to these people. Um, now listen, I know for a fact because I was indirectly and directly affected by a case in 1985, and the reason we're getting out on the street because it can keep happening if we don't start talking. This is how you expose the problems out here. When you talk to your neighbors and you talk to each other, don't hide in the dark. That's exactly what abuse is about, is to keep people silent. So silent no more. Make America safer again. Talk to your neighbors, talk to your community, talk to each other, get to know each other. Listen, especially on Memorial Day holiday, this is the time of year where people like to get and plan their vacations and plan things. This is to make America safer, not to upset people, but to talk to each other. And listen, by us getting out here and learning more about the people around us in our community, it's going to make it that much safer. Now, again, I can't report on things that I obviously indirectly or directly are unaware of. Well, I'm just going to take that call in here in a minute. But, truthfully, this is the reason I think most people are concerned, because it can start out with something small, minor. I had a bike stolen. I've had things stolen when I was living in the Midwest. And honestly, people hustle each other for a lot less stupid things. So believe me, it's everything from shootings to arguing to fighting. That's why I know for a fact that talking about this, not only here, but throughout the region, wherever you're traveling, just pay attention to the road signs, pay attention. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to each other, sit down at the table. That's where the conversation needs to begin. Social networking, whether it be here or at the table, that's what it's all about. It's getting your family to sit down and talk your concerns out. Don't wait till things erupt. Don't take this passive approach, because there's a lot of people who are passively ignore problems and they let their problems get out of hand. It's basically because they got to learn to communicate. And it's about getting back to the table and talking to your family, getting out to your church community, going to celebrate recovery. A lot of people who are trying to clean up their act, they'll say the same thing. And I've talked to individuals here just yesterday that they're trying to clean up their act. They see that these individuals have an agenda. and they're paying attention. And those are the concerns that do matter. They're innocent people that are trying to live their lives and do the right thing. And honestly, that's been the issue all along, is that we don't want to see innocent children or innocent people get caught up in something. And believe me, it's easy to get anxious and overwhelmed. So in the Bible, it says, be not anxious. And it also states to sit down and talk to each other, be a family, get out and enjoy your Memorial Day holiday. Don't let a lot of your problems overwhelm you to the point where you can't talk to your friends or you can't talk to each other. That's about getting honest today. So kids out here, if you have concerns, listen, I know there's a lot of people out there, they enjoy a lot of activities that doesn't involve drugs, doesn't involve taking your clothes off, just hanging out and being friends, getting to know your neighbors, talking to each other. Again, these are the things that, this is how you can get to know what's going on in your neighborhood, talking to each other, laughing, telling stories. That's what's really about. Have a very happy Memorial and safe Memorial Day weekend. Thank you for listening.